It's important to remember as we hear these words of our blessed Lord that everything Jesus did and said was geared to promote the salvation of those he encountered. And so these hard words that he speaks to the scribes and the Pharisees are actually calculated to be the best possible remedy for their situation. And we know that our Lord acted in different ways with different people. To the tax collectors, the prostitutes, those who were totally abandoned by society, he was so gentle because they were like the smoldering wicks. Hope was about to burn out in their life. They had thought, oh, God can't possibly love me, and so Jesus was so gentle with them. But the Pharisees and the scribes were sort of like the spiritual elites. They were the athletes. They had trained so hard to try to fulfill all the measures of the law. And so, like a coach, our Lord really gives them a stern warning. Many of the things that the Pharisees initially tried to do were good. They wanted to bring God into every aspect of life, to fulfill the law at all times, at home, in the temple, so that the divine would pervade the ordinary. And that's such a good goal. But the very problem is they weren't doing it. And Jesus then points out to them this rupture in their life, that yes, they were fulfilling all the externals, but it wasn't producing the inner fruit of righteousness that God was looking for. The remedy for this is unity of life, such that the inside and the outside both match up. This is a hard thing to sustain, and so it's almost natural that after a time the Pharisees settled for just the appearances. But God is looking for so much more. And one of the things that can help us in our spiritual quest, we don't want to fall into formalism. And so it's always important when we go about our prayers to ask ourselves some questions. Who am I addressing when I speak? It is the divine King. It is the one who loved me and created me. What is he able to do for me? All things. He's the source of our hope. Such that if we remember these things, we truly become authentic in our prayer. It's also good to meditate on the value of human judgment, which is virtually worthless. We know that human beings see the appearance, but God only judges the heart. And so whether we're praised or derided by our fellow creatures, in the final analysis really doesn't matter. We want to be doing all things for the love of God and not to win the vain praise of other people, which passes away, and which counts for so little. Let us allow our Lord to speak to us and to be humble enough to receive a criticism from God if we find ourselves in the same place as the Pharisees and the scribes, which is often a place where those who really have a thirst for the spiritual life can find themselves. And if we allow our Lord to cleanse us by the purifying power of his word, we know that his word is effective, that it can change our lives and restore us to that unity which our Lord was looking for from the very beginning, such that we can truly be his disciples, not only in appearance, but in the inner reality as well.